we have only 5 participants here. I was expecting some animal friends to join. Yeah, Facebook is live now.
Just by sharing the ID, they can join us.
I have already given one because I asked Rajeshri. She said yes, and I'll tell. Yeah, we are already live, I guess.
Ma'am, it's 5:55. Are we already live? Rajeshri, are we live?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll let you know. Okay. Yeah, we are live. We can start.
Okay. Again, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Team Anajori, I am Fazal. I welcome you all in today's Friday live session on animal welfare. So, this evening is really going to be very enlightening as we are having Dr. Rajalakshmi Srinivasan with us. She is the executive member of Animals. I really welcome you wholeheartedly in our webinar, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, there's a call from my side. I'm very sorry for that. Well, animals, it stands for animals animals need importance, mercy, aid, love, and shelter. So this is what animals stand for. So this is very inspiring to know as this enlightens by its name itself.
Yeah.
So next, now the audience who are new to our platform, I would like to introduce briefly about Energery to the team, to them. Well, Energery is a non-profit platform and aims to promote various initiatives that attempts to bring social change first, then it sharpen leadership skills among the one who is practicing with. The same I am doing though. I am even trying my best to sharpen my skills out. Then it also build entrepreneurial skills, capabilities among people in Assam and everywhere in the Northeast. Well, though the webinar series, it has been started, as I have said just before Sudham, it has been started from July last year, ma'am. So today, we would love to know about your journey in this team, Animals, as this is going to be on animals welfare, ma'am. So I would love to start saying a bit to us on animals.
First of all, actually, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I used to work in college. I'm still working in a college. And a couple of students, and there is a course called environmental science. And in that school, that is compulsory for all the students. And some part of the graduation course, you should have the environmental studies. So when I was teaching, some students got really interested in environmental studies, and it was burning in them. Something was burning in them, and since they were pursuing different courses, some people were doing biotechnology, some were doing computer science, but still some feeling about the environment was there in them. So it just continued like that. But suddenly, after a few years, when the maturity level of the people who are still young, when they became much more mature, then they thought that yes, we must do something for animals also. Then they said, okay, let us name our organization Animals. So they came up with this name called Animals. And animal welfare is important, so they came up with this idea.
Very nice to know that, ma'am. Well, I would love if you answer to me on my few questions, ma'am.
Sure, go ahead.
So I will start with, ma'am, how many members, like permanent or otherwise, are there in presently at Animals, ma'am?
There are more than 8 members now who are actively participating. I will talk about their name and their responsibility while I go through the journey of our work with you people. And there are other, I mean, I can't name, there are so many of them volunteers. I
Okay.
call them volunteers, and they join us time to time when there is a need, like when there is some kind of a campaign. We run some campaign. So whenever we run some campaign, these volunteers join us. So
Okay. So,
they are many. The number can go up to 20 also.
hmm,
20 these volunteers, but the permanent ones are around 9, 10, maybe more than that.
okay.
Hmm.
So we are going to be volunteers very
Uh,
soon. So this
yeah,
should,
yeah, I hope, because wherever I go for as an awareness program, I see many girls and boys come to me, and they come to me and tell, yes, ma'am, we would like to join. So I mean, our number is growing. So, and whenever we do some campaign, people come in numbers to help. Yes.
okay, that is very great to know.
No, that's
Then, ma'am, I would love to know if you say what kind of animal do you usually work with? Like what kind of animals are actually most kind times involved, actually.
okay. We started with maybe dogs and kittens and all those things, but now we are dealing with every wild animal, every stray animals. In my slide, I will be talking about that also. We have what is we work. We currently we are our project is on golden langur, or the golden langurs, and we worked with camels, we worked with monkeys, and we worked with dogs and cats and pigeons and various birds, endangered birds that we worked with, and we had to release. It was in captivity. We had to release them in wild. So more or less, it is everything we come across.
Yeah, that is very nice. Like every
Mm,
animals are under animals now.
mm,
Very nice.
mm, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So next is uh, that will be, ma'am, few like explanatory. If you brief it to us a bit, that will be very nice for us. We'll understand it more better.
Yeah, I would like to start with a PowerPoint presentation, if you don't mind.
Okay,
I will
okay.
start now. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. And first of all, I would like to thank Fazal, you, and Rajashri, and whole family of Anajari and Abhishek and everybody for at least expressing our views and our thoughts. And we will be known much more better in the world with help of Anajari. Thank you so much for that. Now I will proceed towards my PP presentation. Mm, Yeah, um, like today I'm going to talk about, uh, this is my talk. Um, just a minute, I will present it. Yeah. Now, I'm going to, as I told you, I'm going to talk about the animal welfare and our NGO. The NGO is known as the animals. Animals needs importance, mercy, love, and shelter. So let us see what exactly is animal welfare, or what exactly it means by animal welfare. Actually, animal welfare means welfare for the animal. Okay, right? Like we also talk about welfare for us, welfare for people. So welfare for animal is also required, right? What is welfare for animal? Welfare, even animals require quality life. Okay, we should also give quality life to when we require quality life. Why can't we give quality life to animals? Okay, they also have the feeling, they also love to be in a good surrounding. So the quality, giving quality life to animal is animal welfare. And quality life means it encompasses the not only um, the food and all, it encompasses environment, health, and various other things. Okay, even the environment in which the animal is living. For example, there are 5 basic domains in which the animal has to be kept properly. That is the animal welfare. There are 5 major domains. Let us see what are the major domains of the animal welfare. It encompasses the nutrition, that is, we should give proper food to animals and proper environment, okay, and health. Health is most important. If the animal doesn't have proper health, it not only will not behave properly, but also try to infect others also. So it is the infections carried by the animal is also there, okay, and it can carry to human being also. It can spread on to human being. So we should also try to take care of the animal health. Animal health is one of the major branch of the animal welfare. And if these things are good, naturally the behavior will be good, okay. And if the behavior, and for if still if you feel that the behavior is not good, it means that there is some kind of a compassionate thing is not there in us, and it behaves only, right? So so the animal welfare, we should include the nutrition, environment, health, and the behavior, and the mental state of the animal, mental state of the animal. So that is important. So we think that animal welfare, I mean, these kind of a fancy terms, we think that we have animal welfare has been existing only now. No, animal welfare has been existing since 10,000 years ago, since the Neolithic times, and it is not a new thing, but the terms we are introducing only now. Okay, a long time back, when man was just a food hunter and gatherer, he used to carry a dog with him. You might have seen in old movies and all, where a man was a gatherer and he goes to the jungle with a torch, light torch, and a dog always follows him. And what does that signify? It signifies that we have been an animal welfare people right from the food gatherer time or the Neolithic time. Okay, then the next question comes, okay, they were doing it, they did not have, why should we do it now? Why? There is a need of animal welfare, why should I do it? Okay, this is the first question, like why should we do it? Okay, the thing is, why we do it? Now my question is, we call ourselves the most intelligent, advanced creature or animal in this earth, right? We all are an advanced creature. Okay, if we are advanced creatures, we have some right, or the animals have some right, like we should give them, it's our duty to assure a better life to animals. Okay, then if we can't do that, there is no point in calling us an advanced creature. If you see, if I say I am better than you, I have to prove that I am better than you by giving you good thing to you. So we are better than other animals, so I should give a better thing to animals. Okay, and it's our duty. And if you have to be humane, you have to follow animal welfare. Okay, you have to. Then how can it be achieved? It can be achieved by providing all these, properly providing all these factors: proper nutrition, environment, health, behavior, and the mental status of the animal. We should give all this to the animal, only then we can achieve. But achieving the animal welfare is not as easy as only this one. It is a multi-pronged attack. Okay, we have, maybe I may not be able to give health, and everybody can't give the proper health to stray animals. Okay, and what happens is, our in the northeastern region, there we have been practicing some things, culturally we have been practicing something which is posing a lot of problem in explaining the people that yes, we should take care of animals. Okay, what I will explain about this, the practice wildlife hunting in Northeast. Okay, and that is a major cause of decline in the genetic pool of animals. That is a major cause. And not only that, it is as well as the animal. Okay, then even in the plants, there is something known as shifting agriculture. We have been reading since class 5, 6, 7 that there in northeastern India we follow what is known as the shifting. We shift, we cultivate, we shift, go to the next place. We destroy the forest and we cultivate, and we get enough, and then go to the next place. This way we are actually destroying, not only destroying the forest, we are also destroying the genetic pool of the various plants. So this is one of the practice which is hampering the animal welfare and the environmental issues. It's an environmental problem. It is mainly because of the practices, and it is very difficult to um, explain to the people, because why I tell you, it is this whole thing is linked too much together with the socio-cultural link. Okay, if it is socio-cultural link means I mean, if I say something like don't do this, or this practice is not good for environment, they will say that, you know, it is a part of our culture, we can't leave it. Is it not? So what happens, since it is so intertwined with the culture and the society, it is very difficult to explain to the people, yes, it's a wrong thing what you are doing. Okay, then slowly, I told you now in the intro session that some people who were studying environmental studies, and they saw all this, some boys, young boys and girls, they saw all this, and they said that no, we should do something for the animals. Okay, we should do something. And these boys and girls, from various walks of life, you need not be a science student, you need not be an environment student to be environment friendly or environment by what do you say, animal welfare worker. Okay, or an environment worker. You need not be a biology student to do that. But we what happened was, there were many boys who came together and said that we must form an organization which will help or explain people, yes, whatever we are doing will hamper the life of animal, and we should stop that. Then that is how, in right in 2016-17, they had this idea. And in this people call us, okay, rock star, animal rock star and all. We don't call ourselves rock star. We are just animal sevak. We do the seva to animal. That's okay. Then in this, you were talking about the people who are involved. We have Gunajit Majumdar, who is the president. We have the general secretary, who is Joydev, and we have one major pillar of our organization is Professor Achinta Barua. He is a veterinarian, and without him, we depend on him for a lot of advice, and he is one of the major source of inspiration for our animal NGO. And apart from that, we have many people, and another person who is very much involved in that is Dr. Jyoti Pawan. You know, with Dr. Jyoti Pawan, I mean, I used to wonder whether is the animal loving him more, or he loves animal more. I mean, that is, I mean, he loves animal more, and animals also love him so much. So he is a veterinarian, and he is also another backbone of our organization. Apart from that, we have other people who take care of our media, and we have the PR, Bakar, Adib, and we have Akib, and Jayanta Madanda, who takes care of the photography, and the Runumi, and all many other people also who are constant entity. Rihan, Rupam, Devidat, Asif, Bimal Roy, and the list is long. And I mean, I have also been associated with this since 2016, and it is in the 2017 we could bring everybody together, and then okay, we thought that okay, we should start an organization called Animal, and we got registered in 2017. And the start was very, very humble. It was in a very small room, and people nearby were not letting us to even keep a dog. Okay, and we had to convince people to even let the dog to be in their premises. And then we used to, like, even now, most of the time, we personally take interest in doing things and um, dealing with the cruelty and the neglect. We started doing that. And our motto then became, animals are not for eating. Animals are not for rearing. Animals are not for entertainment. Okay, animals are just like us, one of the fellow member of this Mother Earth. Okay, and to be very frank, many of our members, they turned vegetarian. They turned vegetarian, and this is, I mean, animals are not to be eaten. I mean, when I talk about animal welfare, I should practice also animal welfare. So that is how people turned animal vegetarians. And slowly, then what happened was, we started putting our work in Facebook and small WhatsApp messages saying that, okay, this dog is suffering, the master is not taking care of nicely, then please adopt the dog. Like these things, adoption campaign we started. So in this, what happens is, we put in Facebook saying that, okay, we have a animal which is ready for adoption, and we have an adoption form. Okay, we have an adoption form. In this, people fill up some details, and they give some promise, and we also give some adoption certificate saying that this such and such animal has been adopted. It is not only dogs, but also cats have also been. And we explain, and generally, I will tell you, the young, not even teenage, young people, they get really attached to dogs and cats. They
I am
love them. Okay,
I am also a
yeah,
dog lover.
please.
I am also a dog lover, ma'am.
Great, great. Mm, so even in my locality, people have started loving dog and all those things. And what we do is, we teach people who uh, take part in the adoption campaign, is that be compassionate. So they also have emotion. They would like to celebrate, or join your celebration, and join your whatever you love, and like, and you have to be compassionate. Like, and one more thing is, we tell them that you have to be compassionate. Just like if I am there, if I treat my son and daughter, say that, oh, you did a good job. Likewise, I should tell dog also, okay, you did a good job. So we tell them, be compassionate. And see, this girl adopted in 2018-19, and 18 she's adopted it. And every year, I mean, she lets her dogs take part in Bihu. I mean, you imagine this, the feeling of this girl, and this girl she is enjoying Bihu, and she wants her puppies and dogs to enjoy Bihu. And look at this, and this lady, and she has taught the dog something. They are behaving well. Okay, clap for him. Okay, don't we clap for our students? We do. So don't we clap for students who come first in class? We do. So why don't we clap for a dog which has behaved nicely? And now these are being compassionate, being compassionate. But now, then what happened is, when we were looking at the stray animals, we started one campaign, what is known as the Operation Thirst Aid. And during that time, there was no water, and then we started giving food and water. And this Operation Thirst Aid, we have two more organizations which joined us, and all the animals. You asked me what are the kinds of animals. Not only dogs, pigeons, monkeys, and camels, and everything is involved in our campaign. So we started in what is known as Operation Thirsty. Okay? And in this, we developed our own like water dispensing. It's a very remote kind of a water dispensing mechanism where animals and pigeons can come and have their water, or even animals and dogs can have water. It will dispense by itself. And what happened? This campaign of giving food and all, we continued even during the COVID time. We did not stop when we started it. We continued even during the COVID time. And doing during the COVID time is the peak COVID time was a bit difficult, because we had to approach, we had to take police permission to go to various places and give. But then later on, it all became normalized, and we did during the COVID time also. And now, as I told you, see, you can see that we dealt with monkeys, stray cows and dogs and pigeons. All this we were involved, and not only that. Once there were two camels which was smuggled from Rajasthan, and it from via Guwahati, it was being taken to some other country, and it came to first to Kolkata, and from there it was rescued by some other organization, and we got opportunity to do the rehabilitation work. So we rehabilitated those camels, and these two camels were really injured. Why they were injured? Because they were hidden in a truck, and they were compressed in a small area. Their leg were injured. They couldn't stand for some time. It was very difficult for those camels. And then we had to provide them saline. We had to give complete medication. And our doctor was in the side. And we rescued. Like, we didn't rescue. We rehabilitated completely. And then we gave it for the. Okay, and camel was also a part of our engine. It's not that we restrict to one particular. So it means what? Here there was a risk of health for this camel. So I told you, remember, animal welfare includes one domain called the health. So here the health of the camel was at risk. So we said that, okay, we should take care of it. And another thing which is about the dogs here is, the dogs are having rabies. Okay, and these rabies, health is a major part of the animal welfare. So we should take care of. So we started vaccinating dogs for rabies. That was a major. Then what happened was, there was some problem in this. Like, we did not identify. I mean, it was very difficult for us to identify which dog we vaccinated, who will keep the record of which dog has been vaccinated. So we came up with another idea. Another idea was, we thought of what is going on. The vaccination, the rabies vaccination, actually was carried out in association with some mini vets of Khanapara Veterinary College. And we started from Khanapara, we went all over the highway, and then in the city, we traveled through the city, we started injecting rabies virus. And it is initially very difficult, because we have a few couple of girls go and befriend the dog. When they become friendly, suddenly someone comes and injects the injection. So we go with the injection, they are afraid of us. So first we have to tell them, yes, we are your friend, and then slowly give injection. They don't understand. They only understand this injection. So to first we'll make them, yes, yeah, I am your friend, and then the injection is given. Then what happened? I told you it was a spot injection, and vets were involved in giving and Khanapara Veterinary College played important role in giving the injection. And I told you one thing, that how to identify the dog which has been vaccinated. Before that, what happened was, we saw one thing. Many dogs were dying because of road accidents. And if you travel in the highway, I mean, every day I see, every day without fail, it is not dogs, even cattle, everything, they die during the road accident. So there we so now you can see in the this is last year's data till July. Okay, and then till July itself, in spite of the lockdown, 1,000 animals. So there must be something. We should do something to these dogs and cats so that they won't die of accidents. So we came up with what is known as glow in the dark campaign. It is a belt. Okay, this belt is we make the dog wear this. Okay, we go and put this collar, and this collar once in dark it will glow. So I told you now, we gave the rabies injection. What we did was we gave the injection, and then immediately after giving the injection, we put the collar. So so generally what people do is put a ear marking. They punch the ear. We don't want to even hurt animal that way. So we said that okay, we won't punch the animal. We will give the collar. So we gave the collar to animal. So it is providing us two purposes. The purpose was two. One was in the night it is visible, so accident is minimized, and we know that this animal has been vaccinated. Okay. And we have put more than 300 collars in whole of Guwahati, and more than 400 in whole of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, some part of Arunachal Pradesh. And we carried out this in 2 phases in Guwahati and 4-5 phases in other parts of Assam and Arunachal. So it means that we are making sure that they don't die of accident. There was another campaign by animals, that is feed a dozen. You see, human beings are also a part of environment. There should be we should strike a very good balance between human being and the environment and animal. Until unless you don't strike a good balance, the environment and the animal welfare will go haywire. Okay, so we should make sure that even the underprivileged human being should be taken care of. So we started a program known as Feed a Dozen. We pick dozen of animal or people. We go and talk to them. We provide them with some kind of maybe a blanket or something, and then food to eat. And we go in groups. All our animal members go and feed animals also. So thus we are feeding hungry animals and hungry human also. Okay, this, as I said, there is a perfect balance between human and animal. Okay, and we came up with another campaign that is a very interesting campaign, because I have seen that some people love celebrating their birthdays in certain ways. Okay, so there we started a campaign known as happy birthday to you and celebrate birthday with us. So in this, what will happen, the volunteers whoever is coming, or the donors, they give us money, and we take them along, and we treat ill animals, stray animals. We put them, we give them food, and there is some treatment going on. See? So we give them treatment, and it is sponsored by people who are having their birth. So this lady, Darshana Das, when she turned 20, she said, no, I would like to help. So I told you, no, it's very easy to convince young people, young mind. They have feeling for stray animals and animals. And there was a treatment, on-site treatment, and she sponsored it. Okay. Then when we were doing all this, then we realized we are already 1 year old. Okay, then we started a campaign known as a bicycle rally. Okay, and this also we collaborated with Guwahati cycling community. And in this, there was a huge number of people who joined with us, and we went along some path specified by GCC, and we it is just to give awareness against the cruelty against the animal and illegal trade of animal is what is bringing the bad like that is the what do you say problem to the animal welfare, illegal trade. And people think that have to carry exotic animal head is a great thing. Okay, no, these are all illegal and we cannot have it. And one another thing is illegal keeping illegal birds. So we found that there are lots of birds which are held in captivity. So our team, along with the Guwahati zoo officials, we went to various places. Okay, and it's just like knocking places and going and having a look at the birds which they were having, and then we found that 8 of them were endangered species. We released them in wild. We released them in wild, but then what happened? There was a problem. We do get threats. That is I mean, sometimes we break if we get threats, no? Sometimes the threat comes from on site when we do this kind of a release and all, and it was probably for some sale, and the person says I could have got a lot of money and you have released it in wild. What will I do when this is not the way to do? And they will start threatening us. Okay, and this is one way of threatening. And many calls when we do, when we go for a campaign, they note the number and they keep on giving the call saying that whatever you stop doing all this, you're taking away our livelihood and all those they will say. But livelihood cannot be at the cost of wild animals or stray animals. And we got out that, but sometimes um, we don't, these things don't deter us. Okay, then what happens is there are many good Samaritans who join us, which gives us the boost. And the boost came from Sunaina Kamat. Sunaina Kamat in 2018 was Miss Assam, and she, along with Mr. Vivek Bora and Chaupur and Gogoi, and they joined us. They joined us in fund collection campaign, and Sunena also joined with us with for a animal right awareness program, because we conduct a lot of awareness program time to time. Okay, and Sunena Kama joined us, and it was a big boost to us. Like after those threats and all, boost coming from Miss Assam was a very welcome thing for us. And she, along with our animal members, went to various places, schools, colleges, and then we gave the awareness lectures. And one of the lecture was in the TC school, where we spoke about animal welfare, and this gentleman spoke about how the rabies and how to identify an animal which is having rabies. Okay, and what are the ways, what are the things you should do once you see an animal which is having rabies. And this, I told you, young kids are very easily, we can impress them, and these young kids immediately got impressed and they want to join the organization. And it is not only the school. Okay, we went to colleges, and we went for the other plastic free environment awareness in Handy College school, and then ADP College in Nagaon. We went there. So we did a lot of awareness program, not only of animals, but also of environment. And if we do all this, we get our share of attention. Our work was actually appreciated by various media. And it was, I mean, I didn't show all of them, only a couple of clippings. And then we slowly started our our attention towards some monkeys. Okay, and recently what we did was during the lockdown time, we went to some hills, and we started cleaning of the hill program. So we as a team go to a place and a hill which is generally a pristine hill, and from the hill we clean the hill, and then pick up the trash and then collect it in one place, and then we actually cleanliness drive is carried out. And before even going to this hill, we went to a place which is for the golden langurs. Okay, and the golden langur are found in western part of Assam, near Bhutan. Near Bhutan, there is a place where it is a house of golden langur. It is called geese animal golden langur. Why it is called geese animal golden langur? Because there was a person called Edward Pickard Gee. He was an Anglo-Indian tea planter. And he was the first person who saw those golden langurs from Bhutan border. So he saw all this, and then he said that we should have a reserve forest for that. And then on, there was a reserve forest dedicated for the golden langurs. It's called the Kokijana Reserve Forest. It is in the western Assam. And what happens is, we are now focusing our now majority of the focus is on this golden langur. And what these people do, there is a village called Ujan Rabapara, and which falls under the Kokijana Reserve Forest. And these people, they take pride in saying that yes, we take care of golden langurs. They say that it is because of us the golden langur has survived. And golden langur, once upon a time, which was less than 100 in that forest, it became 500, and 500 is 10% of the population. And recently, very recently, because of the effort of these village headmen and village people, it has gone up to 700. And you see what they say. They say that it is a pristine forest. Kokijana is a pristine forest, and it is heaven for the golden langur. And they take pride in saying that. And we help them in like making them or awareness program. We time to time carry awareness program in this forest and in this area. This is called Ujan Rabapara. And in Ujan Rabapara, we actually every year we try to make it as a yearly program during our establishment day or the foundation day. It's called the Banya Chitra. This is nothing but an annual event of photography. So we announce, and people take part in the annual event. And I mean, this is the second year we have already done. It's called the Banya Chitra, and nature photography competition is happening. And then what we did was, I've already told you that we have the village headman who wants to convert this reserve forest into wildlife sanctuary, and we are working towards that. Now currently our main aim is focused on this, and we have submitted an MOU to forest minister to declare Kokijana as a reserve forest. And reserve forest, the reserve forest not only contains, is a house for golden langur, it also has many other animals like pangolin, and then we have the porcupine, wild hen, and all those things. It's a house for this forest is a house for these animals. So if like going to, like you imagine going to Kaziranga National Park, and then you also go to this Kokijana Reserve Forest. It will be very good. So what will happen is, like what our plan is to make this as a reserve forest. And you see, we have Mr. Manoj Raba and Mr. Ratneshwar Raba, and these two people are working hard to preserve the golden langur. And all these people are basically, their basic profession is they are all farmers, and the golden langur, they munch the bamboo shoots. In spite of that, these people claim that there has never been an human animal conflict in Ujandra Bapara. Not a single case of human animal conflict where people have beaten the monkey or anything. So they actually feed the animal. And it is Mr. Arif, he is DFO of Assam department, and Mr. Arif has been very, very helpful in doing, and when we are carrying out a lot of programs there, and these people are also wanting to do something for this forest, and it is DFO Arif, Mr. Arif, who has been very helpful. And we generally get sponsorship from Indian Oil, and we have people from Indian Oil who do the plantation, and we just don't restrict ourselves to animal. If animal has to be safe, even the forest has to be safe. That is our motto. So we do a little bit of environmental protection and all those things. And our Banya Citra competition has been really popular, and we have people participating in this in huge number. There has been special beautiful photographs which come out of this, and we not only carry out, we actually um, interact with students, and there are lots of students nearby in the near the Kokijana forest who want to know about the environment. So what happened was, during the ozone day, we interacted with people, school students nearby, and we had a webinar on ozone day also. And the participation from the students was, well, it was tremendous. Like, they wanted to know everything about ozone. Why can't I? Okay, one boy came up and asked, I go in aeroplane, release ozone. Can I save ozone like that? And that was the kind of participation students had there. But the students do care for their environment. So our journey is continuing like this, and we are not planning to stop anywhere. And we want to do more for the environment, more for the animal welfare, and more for the people also. So if Ogizana forest is converted into wildlife sanctuary, people also get employment, and animal also gets its due. So we are also thinking of like our next step is we should have like hospital, a veterinary hospital. So that is our next step, to set up or at least ask government to set up at least moderately equipped hospital in Western Assam. And in the Western Assam, what, at least 300-kilometer radius, people should be able to come and treat their animals, because most of them there are based, or their livelihood is agriculture, or they live on cattle rearing and all. So we should have, that is our next step. So we should have our veterinary hospital there. And what then next thing we are talking about is we should have a database, and we are doing constructing database. We have already started doing it in Guwahati, and it is bit difficult in a sense that the moment we start collecting the database, the population increases. So so we are this collecting the database is a continuous process. So this is one of the thing which is in line for us. The first one is the um, veterinary hospital. The next one is we are looking for a platform where we can address all the problems of animal welfare. Okay, but this can be achieved only we are financially strong, and we are looking for a external funding and in personal advocacy, and so that our organization can be much more stronger, and our organization becomes stronger, animal welfare becomes much more stronger in Northeast. And we are not planning to discontinue with Copizona anytime. We want to develop into a bigger wildlife sanctuary. So we don't have any wildlife sanctuary in that part of Assam. So and as I told you before also, it has got golden langurs, it has pangolins, It has got wild cats, it has got wild chicken, and porcupines and various other animals. And people there, I have when I went there, they are so environment friendly. They have never used a single plastic when they even give you anything. So they are knowledgeable as far as the um, environment is concerned. So why can't we upgrade Kokijana forest and then make it into wildlife sanctuary? And we are proposing something to Assam police, that let us have a animal cruelty, anti-animal cruelty team, and we will educate them to how to know whether the animal cruelty is really occurring or is it something else, and how to handle the cruelty issues. This is we are going to propose this to Assam police, and we can make a team along with Assam police and then handle the animal cruelty, anti-cruelty issues or cruelty issues about the animals. So we are looking for funds, and we can be reached. You can reach us by any of the uh, following ways. We are in Facebook also, we are in WhatsApp. You can help us here, and you can give us email in this email ID, and we are registered NGO under the registration number which is given below. And to be a part and be a part of animals, and to be a part of animal is cool, and I'm proud to be a part of animals. And I welcome everybody to be a part of animals. If you have any questions, I will take it now.
Okay,
Hope
ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That
hope
was really very
it was yeah. Hope I could address all your yeah, queries and all your
Ma'am, you have almost
questions.
cleared all my queries in your presentation, ma'am.
Um,
I'm very surprised to see that, ma'am. You were clearing all of my questions that I was supposed to ask, and you have even said more, means more better. So that is really very good to see that, ma'am. Well, I would love to ask you one more question, ma'am, which is, can animals participate in an umbrella organization with Anajuri that can contribute to the overall animal welfare scene in Northeast, ma'am?
You want to bring animals to take part in some event?
Ma'am, I
No,
was
what
asking
exactly you
that.
want?
Ma'am, I was asking that can animals participate with us, like with
Oh,
Anajuri?
animals mean animals NGO. Animals. Oh,
Exactly.
okay, okay, fine, 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 fine. Go ahead, please. Go ahead,
Okay,
please.
okay.
Ah,
Then,
yeah, why not? We can participate. It is not a problem.
okay, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, please. It is not a problem at all, because I will tell you, we have undertaken a lot of awareness programs, and I mean, time is not permitting me. Otherwise, I would have given a couple of more
Exactly.
awareness program pictures. And in this, we have gone to various places. We stand in the roadside to various colleges and say that okay, we should do something about animal welfare. So if energy permits, I mean, it's like Nikki or push push. I mean, we want to tell everybody, make everybody aware of what we are doing, and we have to tell everybody that okay, come and join us and be compassionate to animal and all those things. And that your platform is great, and yes, animals will work with. So,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice
and
to.
okay,
Well,
thank you.
as we don't have much time with us, ma'am,
Hmm.
I would ask you one more question. That is,
Yeah.
what role can it assume to push for reforms in terms of administration or government implementation of laws?
Yeah, we can make it further stricter. So if the suppose if I break the law,
Hmm.
and if I break some animal cruel, or if I am cruel to animal, and you impose me 1,000 rupees fine, okay, I will give 1,000 rupees. It's not a big thing for me. So
No,
if you impose 1 lakh rupees, maybe I will think of not doing it. Okay, right? So the punishment must be harsher. That is our feeling.
I am
Okay.
a law student though, ma'am. So I was like,
So punishment should be harsh,
Mm,
and it should be known to people. And like UGC always says that yes, environmental sciences is a part and parcel of every graduation program. Okay, and animal welfare can be put in that. That is one thing. Okay, and like as I told you, then awareness campaign, like it is, we have got a lot of NGOs in Assam. Okay,
mm,
and all these NGOs are doing their part in awareness. Okay, and awareness is an important part, and government of India promotes that. It's not a problem. And what I like the law, it should be stricter. As you said, what kind of a law should be, and many of them are not aware of it. People should know what is a red book, what is a broom. There is something known as the red book,
mm.
and animal listed in the red book should not be kept as pet. That people should know. Many of them, I told you, we went to some place along with zoo authorities. Okay, we released 8 birds in wild. We released 8 birds, and many of them, they were not aware. They were saying, oh, it's an exotic bird and I can sell it, and people might go and buy also. Okay, without knowing that it is an endangered animal. Okay, so
Mm,
there should be an awareness that yes, this is an endangered animal, I should not be buying it.
mm,
Okay, that is the awareness. Like people like us can go and do the awareness program. But as I told you, kids are aware about the
okay.
animal welfare and all those things.
Okay.
Mm.
So, ma'am, lastly, what message would you love to give to everybody, ma'am, through our energy platform, ma'am? A message to everybody.
Love animals. Love animals. Simply love animals, and animals are our what cohabitants in our earth, Mother Earth,
Mm,
and it is like you and me, and also animals, and they are not to be worn. Okay, I can't wear a shoe which is made up of a python skin, or I can't wear a shoe out of jacket out of mink.
mm,
So that is one thing. So be compassionate, be start loving animals. They will love you. And, unconditional love they will give you. Even I told you, there were a couple of boys who started this, and first thing which they were appalled by the conditions of the wild stray dogs. Okay, like one boy said that somebody just now kicked a dog. I felt very bad. Ma'am, why people are kicking the dog? And that was the first thing. Like these things should not happen. So, like that is the message I should give. Like be compassionate to animals, and love animals. Animals are just like one of us. Okay, and they are scared of it. Don't be scared of them.
okay.
You don't be scared of them. They are actually scared of us. And if you love them, they will love you.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, if you ask some questions from the audience we are having here, ma'am, that
Uh,
will be really good, ma'am. If you ask some questions from the
okay.
participants, ma'am.
Okay. This question is for all the audience. Those who are watching in Facebook or everywhere, or may watch later on in Facebook also, I would like to ask, what are the other aspects which we can do well, or what are the other ways by which, like we have the Happy Birthday campaign, we have the First Aid campaign. What are the other campaigns we can do? Okay, how well we can improve? What are the ways by which we can improve? That is one thing I would like to ask people. Like I mean, the day I feel that yes, we are the best, we will start deteriorating. So I feel that we should keep on improving. So I want suggestion from each and every one of you, and, not only now, but always. give us inputs, feedbacks, so that we can keep on improving upon our service to nature.
Okay.
So can you
Okay.
suggest any?
Ma'am, I would say that I am going to be the first one being a volunteer in animals, ma'am. The first thing of my from me, ma'am. The next event, I will
Mhm.
for sure try my best to join you as a volunteer, ma'am. That'll be my
So
and my.
most welcome. Okay,
Thank you
most
very
welcome.
much.
The next campaign, I will call you up and then you can join us.
Sure, ma'am, sure. And ma'am, I would love to ask to people watching us now in the Zoom app if they ask any questions to you
Yeah,
from their
I
side.
will answer. Yeah.
Okay, okay. If there is any question by anyone, they can please ask, if any.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah. Yes,
Rajashri
please.
here.
Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am. I had a question that how do you feel about the young generation? Uh, how is the engagement level of them? How open they are to animal love? Like, uh,
Actually, during my presentation also, I told you, it is great. Their love for animal is great. And I showed one picture, if you remember. They want the animal to participate in Bihu, everything they do. And I told you, we had a campaign in ADP college. At least 20 of them came to me and said, I want to join your campaign, ma'am. And the awareness is very high, and the moment you go and explain to them what we are doing, they want to join us. And it is not a problem at all with young generation. Only thing is a little bit older generation, they have a very rigid thought about animal and our program, so they are not very flexible. And I will tell you one thing. I We got threats when we were on site, when we were working, and when particularly when we were putting the collars and the injection, we got threat. So that the younger generation is not at all a problem. And like having a fancy breed of dog, they're not bothered about that. They want even the stray dogs. If you just make them, and the stray dogs are they're very smart, and the Indian breeds are very smart, and they will adjust to our environment. And young kids, and in our adoption campaign, we have seen that young boys and girls, they come forward and they go and impress the parents. It is young boys, they will go and tell, no, 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 I want a dog in my house, I want a pet in my house. And there was a boy who adopted two small kittens, and there was a girl who adopted a dog, and all those things. Young kids are not at all a problem for us. Yes,
okay,
please.
ma'am, I wanted to express this that there are few generations as well, if we compare, who tend to buy animals which are like of expensive, which are like expensive and they are fancy looking, so they buy pets just to show off. There are many
Yeah,
people who buy
yeah,
pets
yeah, I
to
know
show
that.
off, and
Mm.
uh, they they feel that if they buy the pet, they will they can show that they are very they are having a luxurious
Mhm.
life. So what
Mhm.
will be your message to them? Like, pets are not for just show off. They
Yeah, yeah.
tend to need care and love from us, not
Yes,
just
yes,
for,
precisely,
yeah.
precisely.
Huh.
Actually, I want to tell you, the Indian breeds and the street dogs are very easily you can educate them. It is not at all difficult. And to make them understand, I have a couple of dogs which keep on visiting me very often, like they keep on coming to my house. And I have made them educate and sit in a place, and it is not at all difficult for me to make them behave in a particular way. Okay. And to think that to have a beautiful mane and fur, the dog is good. No, even these dogs are good. Okay, that is one message I want to give, and you can make them understand what we are thinking. It's very easy. It is not the fancy dogs which only the fancy dogs which understand. Even Indian breeds and street dogs, they do understand. But only thing is we have to give the proper, I told you all the 5 domains. There are 5 domains of animal welfare. If you give all of them, they are the best. Like Indians are the best. I can say that Indian dogs are also the best. So you need not go for the fancy breeds. Now, at least I'm clear about that. I'm very clear about that. Yes, because I have done it myself. So no, I have seen dogs of a different breed. So I have seen dogs from street dogs and interacted with both of them. So Indian breeds and the street dogs are good. You can train them easily.
Yes, ma'am. I hope people get this message. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Any other question? Anybody
Okay.
else?
Well,
I just have a remark, if I may.
Yes, please.
Hi. Okay. So, just while we're talking about exotic pets, indeed, there in UK at least, we do have few laws in place that say that you cannot buy a pedigree dog. You can only adopt. So they put this in place so that the idea of just paying for pets and promoting breeding is stopped. So
Okay.
do we think we can bring up something like that in India as well?
hmm.
Yes, I think, and particularly the NGOs like us, they all take idea from various places, and then if we submit this idea to our government, yes, we can do that. And stop importing. Like I remember, some time back, our prime minister also quoted saying that we should start adopting the Indian breeds and all. If something is there in his mind, maybe it can become a law saying that okay, we cannot import and we can use our own dogs. Maybe yes, it is easy to have such a law.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, ma'am. So, as ma'am, we are having a very limited time in our hands. So, ma'am, I was supposed to be with you,
hmm.
but although we have a limited time with us, ma'am,
Mhm.
so I would love to thank you, ma'am, to be with us for this long time and to share your so beautiful thoughts with all of us.
Mhm.
And we got to know like very much from you, ma'am, about animal welfare, and that is very inspiring for many people. So I hope, ma'am, those who have heard you today will pass this message to more and more people. And I hope, ma'am, you love today's session and you will
Okay,
be with us.
I would like to thank a whole team of Anajuri and people who joined us today. And thank you so much and keep helping. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, ma'am. This was
Thanks a
really
lot.
nice.
And Faisal, we will see in the next animals meeting.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure, inshallah. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll meet
Okay.
soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Oh, be. Forgot. Shit.